In October 1992, Homebase launched the Management Certificate in Garden Retailing. This was designed to recruit, train and develop potential management in the horticultural skills needed to manage a garden centre department and includes completion of MVQ Level 4 in management. Homebase set up this unique training programme in liaison with Hadlow College of Agriculture and Horticulture in Kent. Homebase provides work-based experience and management training, and Hadlow the horticultural education and additional management skills. Hadlow College has been training students for nearly a century and has recently shown its commitment to garden centre training by opening a retail garden centre which enables students to apply horticultural skills to retail operations.
What impressed us about Hadlow was that they were prepared, indeed they wanted to build a customised course for us, and together with them our training department and Hadlow College have together built a course that combines the horticultural knowledge and the management skills that somebody needs today to be a garden centre manager at Homebase.
The first 8 months covers the garden centre, where I've been acquiring horticultural knowledge which is relevant to the garden products and customer service. I've also spent time in the operations office and on the information desk and extra choice. At Hadlow I have also attended 6 block release weeks which involved me learning about garden plants and the houseplant area and essentially how to apply these to garden centre management. The experience in the stores is closely linked with the Hadlow block release programme, so it's always relevant to what you're doing in the stores. At the end of this 8-month stage, certificates are awarded in horticulture. We received ours last week.
Having finished my first 8 months of the scheme, I'm now on the final 10 months, and this concentrates more on management skills. I have to finish the garden centre management training scheme and then also study for a BTEC certificate in management, which is an MVQ Level 4. The MVQ is broken down into 4 sections: managing people, managing finance, managing operations and managing information. For managing people, for instance, today I'm actually in charge of the garden centre and I have to organise everybody who's involved in the garden centre, give them a list of jobs to do and make sure that it all comes together. As well as in-store experience, the final 6 weeks block release at Hadlow College covers areas of management skills which may not be covered in the stores. For example, selection interviewing and business finance, and we deal with these by doing role plays, case studies and management exercises. The majority of MVQ requirements are actually covered in the store, and we as trainees are required to collect information to show our level of competence in a range of job skills. This goes into a portfolio.
Whilst completing Level 4 MVQ, I've collected a number of different forms of evidence. The first one is the systems project that we had to complete. That in itself was evidence to suggest that I could maintain the system, I knew how to operate the system. The second form of evidence that I've collected is photographic evidence. That was whilst showing some school children around the store. I had photographs of them sat on the tills, actually showing them how the till operated. The third form of evidence is in the form of a witness testimony. It is completed by people with whom I work. It states how I went about doing a job and how well I did it. There are a number of other types of evidence that can be collected, and these can include documents that I've collected from around the store and observation reports which are completed by my assessor.
As an assessor, I would provide support and guidance to the trainee in filling up the evidence towards his portfolio. I would draw up an assessment plan with the trainee, but the main function of the assessor is to assess whether or not they're competent in their management role. What I do during the assessment process is look through a portfolio that the trainee has given me, and I look at areas that perhaps are not fully covered, and through questioning would check their understanding and depth of knowledge in those areas.
Although the management certificate scheme is still in its early stages, opinions from line management have been favourable. The regional garden centre specialists have a responsibility to monitor performance standards in home-based garden centres and have seen trainees progress through the scheme.
Well, I've been very pleased with what I've seen from all the trainees. We have them placed at both busy stores such as here at Kingston and at quiet stores East Filton, where in both stores, or both types of store, they become very good members of the garden centre and management team. Well, the scheme benefits the business in a very positive way. An investment for the future. We can train for the horticultural side through the Hadlow scheme itself, but can also instill the Sainsbury's retailing skills from a very early basis into the trainees, into the staff, so that the future holds a good, strong management team on the horticultural side of the business. Problems we've always had in retaining people and recruiting is that horticulturalists don't tend to like the multiple type garden centre. They're very much growing or nursery type orientated. So it is an investment to recruit perhaps non-horticulturalists, only people who have been interested in gardening in the past, and they're now finding out how interesting horticulture is and can be applied into the workplace.
We've seen how the scheme operates and how it will benefit the business. What does the future hold?
What I can tell you is I'm very encouraged by the calibre of people coming out of Hadlow so far. Because we're going to open more stores in the future than we have in the past, we have made a decision to increase the number of Hadlow trainees from 15 a year to 25 a year, and that starts immediately. As our industry gets even more and more competitive, and as for instance B&Q Depot build bigger and bigger stores next to ours, we've got to have something to attract the customer to us. I think we've already got that. We've got the garden centre and the horticultural products that we sell inside the store, and we're very good at it. But I believe we can be even better at it, and with qualified people managing that department, I think we will become the DIY store that people come to for gardening.